Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. We have a great topic for you on direct mail strategies for 2024. And in the world of digital, every time we do anything with direct mail, be it a blog or a webinar, there's always such an amazing turnout. So we have a lot of great information with my partner in crime, Michelle Maxfield.
Hello,
She is
Larissa.
the general manager of Welcome Wagon. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. I'm thrilled to be part of this webinar. I love direct mail and digital. I've been in this industry a long time, over 25 years, and have experience with some of the big media marketers out there from Veracast and Velasas, spent over 21 years there, and also went to Velpac, and I'm sure people have seen the blue envelope, and worked with the largest customers there and helping them reach their goals. And I really see what's coming back with direct mail and some of the innovative changes with using data. And I'm super excited to be partnering with you today so we can help others learn and grow on how they can help their businesses be successful in 2024.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the really amazing things about direct mail is it's so timeless. There's everything that I'm researching or writing about or putting information about is, digital, we're shopping on online channels, but then there's direct mail, and it has such an amazing response rate. And this is what the slide shows, is the power of direct mail. Before we dive in, just a couple little tidbits. I shared this story with you the other day, Michelle. I have to bring this up again. So over the holiday, I was, doing my spring cleaning, my, holiday cleaning, cleaning out closets. I came across a scrapbook when I was 12. And one of the questions is, what was my favorite time of the day? Well, of course, my response is when the mailman came. I can still say to this day, I love to check the mail for
there
coupons.
There are so many that makes their day. That is the heart of their day.
I love getting a good postcard with a coupon. I have a Chewy card here with a great discount. But tell me, what are you seeing? Some of the really great things about direct mail that you're seeing, Michelle.
Yeah, definitely. People are enjoying it. It's made a great comeback because digital, when you talked about it, it's just not getting the reach. I've seen so many customers over the years that, we're cutting out direct mail, digital's not working, our direct mail's not working anymore. We're going all digital plan. And you know what? They end up coming back to direct mail because it drives, it works, it delivers customers. Acquisition is key. We'll talk a little bit more about that, there. And then, now I'm at Welcome Wagon. I've been here several months. And I believe with direct mail, the big change is the data. And, we focus on new movers mainly here at Welcome Wagon. And, the trends I'm seeing is, you have to know your customer. You have to know, what they're using, what inspires them. We see on here 64% of customers, say direct mail inspires them to visit the website or the location, the omni-channel, the offline, online. These are all trends that we're seeing in direct mail that is really driving the growth that is coming for our customers. So, with the niche market of whether it's a new mover or someone that you're targeting after, maybe a senior or someone on Medicare or something like that, the data that we have, especially, I think you have another webinar coming up on the cookies, right? And
you're right, yeah,
kind of going away, we can still reach those key markets, anywhere across the country. So, those are some definite trends we're seeing when you look at it.
Before we move on to the slide, one of the things that really caught my attention, you tend to think of direct mail as maybe being more geared towards, baby boomers and more of a generation that's looking for more tangible pieces of mail. But here, this bottom stat, we see that 57% of millennials have made purchases from a direct mail piece. And I think it just shows that, it is timeless. It's very, a lot of different generations look to that. So don't discount direct mail.
No, we're seeing that definitely. Everyone thinks it's all those 55 plus seniors that they're the only one that care, but it's not. They like that. The younger groups like that tangibility. They'll hold on to it. They'll share it. Even with you. The Chewy ad. If you're not going to use it,
Right.
the nice thing is the pass-through value. That's another key that when you look at direct mail, when you're looking at digital and many touch points, you're definitely able to pass that along. It's a 1.5 to up to 4 people get to see that direct mail piece, whether it's your neighbor, your friends, your family. And that's key in making sure that your brand's resonating out there and making sure that they're seeing it from multi levels within the groups that you're trying to target. So,
Yeah,
what is this about
that's
acquisition? I see here.
yeah. I was just going to make a point on that. With customer acquisition and that pass on value. So going back to the Chewy card I got, it was a $20 discount, and I use it to buy dog food for my Frenchie. Well, she's a Frenchie. She's a little bit of drama queen. She likes her certain food. Chewy did not have the type of food I was looking for, but I actually am passing that coupon along to my mom. She has a couple of dogs, and
There you go.
I've had it on my desk. I'm gonna see her this weekend, so I'm gonna give that to her. So it's just it's unlike a digital impression, which is there and gone in a second. That pass on value and that longevity, am I saying that right? Of direct
Mhm.
mail is just it's really fascinating when you kind of account how that plays into all the other channels.
Definitely when you're talking about these other channels, a little quiz for you. I'm going to switch it up. We went through this a little bit, everyone that's
Right.
listening yesterday, but I'm going to give her a new question today.
Okay,
So
okay.
what do you think on the high end? How many advertisements do people see, does an average household see or average individual see every day on the high
Okay,
end?
I
So
totally messed up on the low end. I lowballed it way, way under. So on a high end, 400.
10,000. So the
Ah,
low end was before, yeah. So 10,000, images a day, whether it's on TV
crazy.
or everywhere. So, when you talk about acquisition and direct mail, that is what is so key because you can make someone make a choice and get a new customer. And in
Right.
all my years and, working in this industry, acquisition is the number one. Everyone is looking to grow customers, find their
Right.
customers that might have paused, and that is what stands out in front of them from direct mail. That is the number one solution that I've seen or
Mhm.
problem that we've helped solve with most larger clients across the country is this acquisition. You can see that 45% saying that that's what they specialized with
Yeah.
looking at acquisition and targeting. Once again, it's the data and the targeting that specific
Right.
audience. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that is,
That's a pretty strong figure right there.
yeah. And, when we look at here at Welcome Wagon with our new movers, they spend as much in the first year that an average household spends in 5 years. So it's that premium market that you're looking at. And that's what everyone's looking for, who has the money, right? Because it's tough. We
Yeah.
all know there's been, feeling talks of recession, who's getting recession, people getting laid off, all these things that are going on. But if you can go after that, people that are moving, we know they have money, right? They must have passed, their either they got a loan or they're paying with cash, right? They have cash.
Right.
So that's what we
That's
see as a niche market here at Welcome Wagon.
yeah.
So,
And I always call, at Porch Group Media, we also specialize in movers, and I always call that the permission to spend event.
mm.
I know when I have moved, like, I need some new furniture. I'm like, I need a new lamp. Like, well,
I'm gonna tell
that
my
one
husband that in our family, like, oh, this is permission to spend because we moved, right?
yeah,
Honey, we
yeah.
need to do
So
this.
it's just
I'm gonna use that
such a
new line.
right, right. It's just a prime opportunity to dig it into customer acquisition for, really kind of an untapped audience. There's some industries that use it more so than others, but it's really appropriate for any range of industries. Even there was a stat that we had done on some research that within the first year, movers are more likely to buy cars than the rest of the population. So just some really interesting spending behaviors of this permission to spend audience.
A new way
Um,
of positioning the new mover, right? Or other, there's many other target markets that, have that, the high income, college educated,
yeah,
they typically have that higher spend, right? And that's what people are going after, those big spends. So, who has
right.
that discretionary income, which is key.
Yep, absolutely. So this, any marketing channel, we hear about the importance of personalization. And before I really started learning more so about a direct mail from you, Michelle, I didn't, I kind of knew, yes, you can personalize direct mail, but I didn't know to the extent. And here, there's like a massive amount of people, one of the top advantages in their minds of direct mail is the ability to personalize. And, I can see that with email and some of these other channels, but you even have an example right here of a welcome wagon piece where it's personalized. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts and insights here?
Yes, I know it's on this slide, but this is the gift book at
Yeah,
Welcome Wagon for new movers, and it's personalized to the household name. Every single household, has their name on it that goes out, and personalization is the future. I mean, it once again, it's going back to, the data. We have the data, we know the names, we can get it into the right house at the right market at the right time, and it's key. I always talk back to the story of, if I where I'm at in my life, if I got a Huggies diaper coupon in the mail, I'd be like, man, they really missed that, right?
right.
Like, I'm not looking for diapers right now. So, and it's just, it gives you a negative brand, image, like, wow, what are they doing? Like they totally missed this one. So personalization, making sure the offers are key. We have some stats that actually show that, 80% are more inclined to do business with organizations that are tailoring their experience. Make sure that you have a dog, so you're getting Chewy, that resonates with you.
Right,
You want
right.
to make sure it's personalized, it's customized, and that's key. And going to the future with, now we have more data at our fingertips and integrating that data. You don't want to make sure you're spending your money wisely and that it's paying off. And that is, personalization is key, whether it's on a postcard or the gift book. And I'm amazed, some of them I get, I'm like, wow, they nailed this. They have
Mhm.
Maxfield everywhere on it, and it's on the back of a shirt they're trying to. I'm like, wow, they nailed it on that one. I might not have
Smile.
bought it, but it got me there. So
Um, and then, so that's personalization on one level. And then this side here is talking about, the super hyper personalization, with these one-off trigger campaigns. And again, this is you'll be tired of Chewy, my example, not Chewy the company, but me
some other
continually
ones here,
talking about it. But I received that postcard actually as they hadn't seen me in a while, so a re-engagement campaign. So, probably been a few months and they wanted me back, and that really made an impact to me. Just, it was personalized with my name, re-engagement, so I was familiar with the brand.
Yep.
And that was such a great way to reach me. And this slide shows, like, some really great examples of other ways to use trigger direct mail marketing. Any thoughts on this, Michelle, or any of your favorites?
Yeah, I think, overall, just since joining Welcome Wagon and getting to know your organization more, this, the browser abandonment, it's the online, offline,
Right.
that, we can go after those signals of people that, you're at a website, or key to be searching, certain things, and then we can go after them. And I think that's super exciting. And it's linking the online and offline. That integration is, also what's driving here in 2024, to making sure that it's aligning with the customer's objectives. They're reaching out to them, and sometimes it'll be interesting once the cookies go, right? But there's still a lot of targeting that we can do to make sure it's successful. So
Right.
that really what stands out to me on this. Life events, when I see, we have many marketers here at Welcome Wagon that are targeting, like that senior, that the Medicare, medical is key, and they want to go after those key audiences that whether they're moving or, just in general, because, they have special offers just for them. Life events is definitely a big one. I would say that's our, biggest opportunity
Hmm.
for a lot of marketers as they go into 24, whether it's a postcard or digital or email. That is, key to where we're knowing more, once again, about the consumer, so we can, get them to that specific event in their life. And I know, here at Welcome Wagon, we can be in the household within 10 days. So, it used to be
Wow.
postcards were pretty long, you might take, plan
Yeah.
a month out, 4 weeks in printing. But final creative, we can be in the home fairly quickly. We say 10 days, with a max. Sometimes it's even sooner, depending on where they're located.
Right.
So,
Right.
it's not that old school kind of, print, take a month, you'll have your postcard in 2 months. It's getting more
Right.
turnkey, so which is key.
Yeah, that's great. One of the things that I like when I've gotten postcards before is these replenishment campaigns
Mhm.
underneath purchase history. Running low.
Oh
It's usually it's usually a product from Ulta. Maybe you're running low on this, and but I do like those. And of course, from my dental group, hey, it's time for your checkup. I might not have made my 6 month when I was there last, and it just things like that that are always like, oh yeah, you know what, I need to do that. Just so many different ways to use it, and it just kind of comes down to testing. What works for you, where you're getting the biggest value. By testing different types of trigger campaigns.
No, definitely. And, the timing is key on that. The consumer has so many things they're managing today, and that's, to have that reminder really helps them to make sure that they're going to connect with your, brand versus someone else's brand, right?
Right.
So that's what's key with these, whether it's the, trigger events that you're talking about, or, key reminders for that.
And then of course, what inspires action, just everything we've been talking about. There was an offer or promotion that caught my eye. That's really, and this actually shows that it's across generations. You can see the different colored bar graphs are, for
Yeah,
18 to 34, upward to 55 plus. So
fairly
it's, yeah,
consistent there. Yeah, it's
yeah,
fairly consistent of,
it's an
people love
offer.
offers at all ages. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We'll kind of skip over and move to this next slide where we can do a little bit of a deeper dive into that offer. We had talked about this a little bit, Michelle, the other day. Do you have some of your favorites or things that you've seen your clients getting traction with?
Yeah, I can show some examples here, but the main ones that I've seen to be most successful over the years, obviously free. Everyone loves something free that it stands
Right.
out. And I have an example here of HelloFresh there in the envelope, and you can see, the big, they have the big free breakfast for life. I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't want breakfast for life? It's a, great opportunity, a great compliment. That always is a big one. The 50% or buy one, get one, the BOGO. Who's heard of the BOGO? The
Right.
BOGO's not going away. I think some of the shoe markets, like Payless or someone in the year started the BOGO, and then it just, rocketed off. Everyone's going with the BOGO. That's another successful one. The top there, you see the percentage off. Always recommend 20% or greater off. That's one
Mhm.
of the key offers that, if you have, a $100 product, you should be offering a minimum of 20% off. And if you really wanted to pow with something, we always say with the new movers here, give them something extra. They're moving, they're
Right.
going through a lot. That's why you see, a lot of free, or this is a recent one with a free diffuser from
Oh,
Hotel
yeah.
Collections. So another one that, they're giving free, they're making it stand out to get them. This is a DoorDash, this is a 50% off. So that's a big one with
Mhm.
DoorDash, you can see overall. So what I've seen, those are the top ones that I've seen most successful over the years is, the free, the buy one, get one. But an interesting story is one of, and you have to test, I think you brought up testing earlier.
Yeah.
One of the, a national advertiser, they had a campaign that they're a membership company, and it was, say 50, I think it was $50 or $40 for their membership. So they offered a $30 off, to sign up, and they would run that constantly. And then they changed their campaign to 50% off. And the 50% off did better they only had to pay $20 versus 30, and it did 3 times better. So the consumer's mind,
Wow.
their perception was 50% off was greater than the $30 that they had, right? So, but they
Yeah.
didn't know that. So that was the perception. So testing is key. A/B splits, looking at what you're trying to, what are you trying to accomplish in the end? Is it your CAC score? Is it the ROI? Or, what are you trying to drive? And, testing those different offers, is definitely recommended over time, and then just tweak and optimize. So that really stood out to me. And one other one was another advertiser. They were doing a 15% off, to all, it was a grocery store, and they were doing 50%
Mhm.
off to, any new customer, right? So, and then they went in, they realized they were only able to their current customer, oh, I'm sorry, it was going out to all customers. And what they realized is they were just able to do 5% off to their current customers, but it took 15% off to get to a new customer. So, they were
Yeah,
able to lower that just by versioning and doing
right.
something a little different with their data and testing that. So, that was a huge savings for them. They didn't have to give 15% off to everyone. They only had to give 5% off to their current
Yeah.
customer to drive basket sizes. So,
Yeah. So
offers are,
the perception,
yeah, it's definitely perception, they say, is reality. And I guess sometimes
right?
it is.
Right.
So, oh,
Um, I love this. We kind of hinted at this at the beginning, but it's that combination of, taking steps to reach consumers across multiple channels. So, augment your direct mail outreach, maybe with email or, some other touch points, but that's where you see the biggest results. It's, you even said it the other day, Michelle, it's, targeting and reaching consumers on the channels that they prefer at the time they prefer. And that is, the marketing mantra is you've got to cater to individual preferences and cast a wide net.
yeah, 100%. Consumers, they don't, they're going to integrate with your brand the way they want to integrate with your brand. If you're going to force
Right.
them to, only be in one environment, that's not going to work, because they're going to, some will scan a QR code, some will go to your URL, some will go to your website, some will go into your store, some will order online, some might not. And, it's how that consumer, sees that integration. And if you're not hitting them at multi-levels, whether it's, in their mailbox, or it's, on TV, or in direct mail or in digital, then, those are the ones that I really see are going to rise when we come here to 2024 and beyond, because it's all about the consumer. So
Right.
they're going to make those choices on how they want to interact with their brand. And
Yeah.
definitely. And we've
Yeah.
seen success, when you look at complementing, say, a direct mail campaign with digital, it increases the interaction by 30%. So, it's multiple touch points. I think we spoke about this
Mhm.
yesterday, that you just can't hit someone, in the old days, you just send a postcard and you go. It takes
Right.
consumers 6 to 10 times to get up that path. It used to be 1 to 5, like how many times can you hit them? It's that repetition, it's frequency, multiple times, because there's so much media going on everywhere that, how does your brand stand out? It takes them several times. So, and that's where an omni-channel approach really pays off.
Yeah, yeah, I think that that's just so important. I know we're kind of coming close on time, but one of the other things to keep in mind is that the first touch point may be the direct mail. Maybe that's where they start their journey and they see a direct mail piece, and then they're going to go to your website, and then maybe you send an email
Mail
re-engagement or
campaign, yeah.
campaign, and then they convert. Maybe direct mail is, the second step. So they're, on your website, and then they receive a direct mail. It's just you don't know what that customer journey is. So by integrating all these different pieces, you have a better chance of reaching them where they are on their journey.
I
All right.
agree. Right in alignment. Here we go. I know we only have a couple minutes. We talked about
Yeah,
digital. This just kind of shows overall. I know, how it's integrating. These are some examples we have here at Welcome Wagon with the Harrys. You see at the bottom QR codes. They've made a huge comeback. COVID set them on fire, right? Everyone's like, oh,
right.
QR codes. I don't know. Do I use it? Do I not use it? But now, everyone's using them everywhere. They're still restaurants today. So you see that with Harry's. Email campaigns with follow-ups is important. Social media, Facebook, Instagram. It's combining that whole integrated solution. And, we're definitely seeing the increased response, like I said, up to 30% when you integrate both of them. So that's what I'm seeing. Any other highlights from you on this?
Yeah, I don't, but I'm really excited to get to this next slide
All right,
because
case
I love
studies.
this. Yeah, the direct mail drives an average of 6-to-1 ROI. So I'll let you kind of share some of these case studies from Welcome Wagon.
Yeah, and actually I have one hot off the press, but yeah, 6-to-1. I've definitely seen that as an average of driving ROI with direct mail. And then, I was just thinking today, I've seen like 1,000-to-1, right? Like it's just, some of them just really take off, but it does depend on your brand, how the customer knows your brand, how well it's known out there, your creative, your offer, as we talked about, right? Offer is key, and of course, timing.
Mhm.
All those things combined really help to make sure you're getting the strongest ROI you can. Some of our top categories that we've seen most successful with the mover, these are more movers. So obviously when you move somewhere new, we typically go 50 miles or greater. So what are you going to need? You're going to need a dentist, right? So you're going to need medical. Medical is another key category that gets results that, it's hard for some of these. There's so many, people and so many specific specialized medical different type of companies now driving those new customers, and they're expensive, right? I mean, even a
Right.
dentist, my son needed a root canal recently. He's like, oh my gosh, mom. I'm like, yeah, they're a couple grand, right? It's a
Mhm.
lot by the time you get the crown and the root canal and everything. So, those, they want a discount. They want something like, this was the offer I have here, that this one was offering, well, this is a free whitening test kit, or,
Uh-huh.
it gets expensive. So they're offering a lot of those. We've had a lot of success there, but the one that's hot off the press is a fitness. We had a fitness company test with us, and over a 6-month period, they had 300 new memberships that joined with them.
Wow.
And, they were pretty big. They're a 100+ fitness organization. And now they tested with like 20. They started out slow with
Yeah.
like 20, 25 stores. And now they just added homeowners, and they just went to renters recently. So we have a different market for renters than homeowners. So that was super exciting. But those are some of the top highlights we have and have seen over the years with the success of direct mail integration with key categories.
One of the things, if we'll stay on a couple of extra minutes if anybody has questions, but I before you hop off, I did want to let you know this has been recorded, so we'll send you the recording tomorrow. Michelle has her contact information here.
Had to do a little sales pitch
Happy,
on here a little bit, right? We had to showcase
yeah,
some of our Welcome Wagon brands, but
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to give us
absolutely.
a general
Um,
direct mail. Yep.
But we're also happy to send you the deck. You probably have gotten several emails from me in the past. You may have my contact information, or you'll receive it tomorrow when you get the recording. Just let me know if you'd like a copy of the deck. We're happy to send that over. And I think there was one question that came in. Feel free to submit anything else. Like I said, we can stay on a few extra minutes, and if you think of anything afterwards, shoot me an email, and Michelle or I will answer that. So the one question, excuse me, that I did have is, can you deploy direct mail to other than just movers?
Definitely, yes. So direct mail here at Welcome Wagon, it's anyone in the U.S. we can reach with a postcard or digital. You mentioned direct mail, they were asking about specifically, but we can reach anyone in the country. So just reach out, give me a call, or call into our number, and we'll help you out and can get any specific market. It's all about the data, and we partner with you at PGM on data, so
You're
we
right.
can get we can find
Absolutely.
anyone anywhere, right? Any household in the US.
Right. Well, this was super fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. We have
Thank you
another
for having
webinar
me
coming.
today. Yes, appreciate you
Yeah,
having me.
yeah, this is great. We have another webinar, I think, second week of February 8th, I believe, on cookieless advertising. That's another thing that's really top of mind for a lot of marketers today. So stay tuned for your inboxes for information on that. And Michelle, we will have to do this again.
It sounds fabulous. It was a great conversation, great discussion, and
Yeah,
happy to be here. Thank you so much.
yeah. Thank you. And thank you all for
Thank you,
joining us.
everyone.
Take
Yes, thank
care.
you everyone for joining. Have a great, fantastic day and week.